Holidays like the 4th of July are a massive battlefield when you're trying to stay sober. I want to talk about how I'm able to protect my peace and how I've done it for 13 years now. I can say when I would try to stay sober, when I first tried to stay sober, 4th of July was one of the biggest hurdles because we'd start drinking at 10 o'clock in the morning, partying. So when that came, I was incredibly anxious. But when I got sober, I realized that one of the best ways for me to stay sober was I had to be by myself because everybody I was around was drinking. And the first 4th of July was extremely difficult. Second was difficult. But the biggest part was, most likely nobody's going to come with me. Nobody's going to come with you when you're choosing to stay sober on that day. I mean, yeah, you may have some family members that don't drink that you can hang out with, but on the 4th of July, people like to socialize and go do things. And like where I live, I'm in northern Wisconsin, a small town. A lot of people drink. It's and alcohol, it's the social lubricant. So understanding that on the 4th of July, you're most likely going to be by yourself because most people want to have a cocktail, want to have a beer. So number one for me was to protect my peace. I knew I'm going to walk this by myself. I'm going to go into town. I'm going to be by myself. That's just how it was. So protecting my peace was basically going up, watching the parade. I'd go up there with my family, go grab a sandwich, and go back to the house and just chill out for a little bit. Because like I used to, go up to the bar outside where they got a band playing. People are hanging out, and to go there when you're trying to stay sober, that is a very dangerous situation to put yourself in. Very precarious situation, and you can't do that until you're able to. You're not going to drink. So and you may be by yourself for a long time. Because if it's not only, I don't know what, if your addiction's alcohol, drugs, what it is. There's a lot of people that do that. So, like I said, protecting my peace was being by myself most of the time. And a lot of times I'd have to come back to my house after the parade too, just to get away because I had temptations, and I didn't want to surrender to temptation and lose everything that I worked for so long. I mean, I used to get horrible anxiety, everything, depression, dealing with that, knowing when the 4th of July was coming. For years, when I was staying sober, I wanted the 4th of July just to come and go and be gone, be over. And then the next day would come and it'd be all good again. But it took a lot of time to get over that hump. So I would say, like for anybody dealing with it, sometimes you just have to, you got to do it on your own. If you got support, that's always great. But the 4th of July, you like to go out, do things, and it's just a holiday. But one of the worst things you can do is put yourself in that situation when you know you're going to be tempted to drink or whatever it is you're doing. Going out on the boat. I remember being 9 months sober, and I went out on the boat, and I thought, well, I could just have one beer, you know. It's been 9 months. 9 months sober. I cracked a beer and ended up getting blackout drunk. Thought it was okay, did it again, and I was right back to where I started. So it's incredibly difficult. Incredibly difficult. I would say don't even go around those types of activities if you have problems dealing with it until you're strong enough to deal with it. Because that is hard, very hard. Sometimes it's nice to just, you could write a journal, anything. Whatever it takes to get out of that. Like tomorrow's the 4th here, and now, I've been doing this. I'm sober for 13 years. It's not a big deal. But like dealing with the 4th when you're trying to get sober, that's a nightmare. That is an absolute battlefield, 100%. And you got to use your only weapons you have to stay sober, even if that means, keeping your distance from the whole holiday itself, if you have to do it. But eventually, because you don't want to run away from problems. You don't want to run away from them. You want to face them because they're there for a reason. They're there for you to become a better individual. And you will become a better individual when you face those difficulties, those problems. It's just taking it one step at a time and one day at a time. Absolutely, one day at a time. So tomorrow being the 4th of July, anybody going through anything, it's all hour by hour, and then you get through the day. And the best thing about it, when I first got sober and I made it through my first 4th of July, I couldn't believe the relief I felt. How incredible, amazing it felt to know that I got through it. First 4th of July without getting blackout drunk. So anyway, tomorrow's the 4th. Happy 4th. Be safe, and thank you for anybody who took the time to tune in, and hopefully see you guys in the next video.